Who was the phone with no case that coach does sliding on there? That was you? Gotcha.
I put the case on this time.
You put the case on this time. That's what I was looking for right there.
It's sparkly. You're good.
Gotcha.
Of the teams that you faced so far, Indiana's offense most reminds you of?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Just because they operate so efficiently. You know what I mean? They know exactly what they're doing, what they want to do. I mean, you got elements of the running backs remind me of Monangai at Rutgers. They run hard. They're physical. They're downhill. The tight end, the way they use their tight end, 44. I mean, he came over. Really unique. I mean, you'll see him out there at the number 1 in quads. You know, he'll be in the box. He motions. I mean, they get him the ball. So they're elements of some teams all around, but just their efficiency on offense, how well the quarterback's playing. I mean, they got one of the best wide receivers there are. I mean, in the conference with 13. So again, they're a really, really good football team.
How would you characterize the quarterback's escapability, his ability to run? What's that look like?
I mean, he's doing what he's got to do, you know, to get out of the pocket. I remember facing him when he was a young buck at Ohio, running the option and all that kind of stuff, and now he's just a completely different player. You know, you can see he knows where he wants to go with the football, and he is right the high majority of the time. So, I mean, you can't beat a quarterback who knows what you're in and knows where to go with the ball, and he's accurate as all heck. And that's why they're one of the top offenses in the country.
Coach, I mean, you mentioned the Rutgers game. I mean, first of all, how proud were you of that effort? But also, how much of a building block is that going into an offense like this?
Yeah, I mean, anything that you do well, you want it to carry over. I was happy for the guys that run around, you know, going into the bye week. You know, they recharge and all that stuff. But this is a new week, completely different challenge for the guys. You know what I mean? So going on the road, I think I saw it was a sellout or something like that. Great offense. So completely different challenge this week in terms of what we got to face. You know, really, really high level quarterback. So, you know, we're just getting them ready. I mean, Tuesday out there, it was pretty energetic, pretty lively. So we got to make sure we execute.
Tony, when you're on the road and you know you're going to be facing a team that has a lot of energy, you know, the build up for this game, big noon kickoff, whatever, it's going to be an energetic atmosphere. Does that magnify the importance of the defense and the way that you play coming out of the gates in the first quarter?
I think just the way we play defense, period. You know what I mean? You always want to start fast, no matter what it is. You know, offense, defense, special teams, you always want to go out there and start fast and really get into the flow of the game. But that's something we got to do from the get-go. You know, and I think that's when we played our complete games, we've done just that, being able to go out there and have success early on. But with a team like this, you know, you're going to give up some plays, right? They're one of the best offenses in the country, so it's a matter of executing on a consistent level and then just playing our butts off.
I'm sure Tommy has been itching to get out there. How have you seen him, though, stay engaged and maybe be a peer leader while he's built back to maybe helping you out soon?
Yeah, same thing. All those guys keep each other accountable. I mean, guys getting on guys for not executing the right way. And it's great competition. You know what I mean? There's a lot of flexibility and a lot of competition. So, you know, you either embrace it and run with it and it makes you better, or you're going to fall into the trap and fade away. So those guys have responded and acted right. So it'll be it's been good.
I did see her react to getting a black shirt, and then also Brian as well.
Yeah, I didn't see Brian's. I mean, I when I walked to practice, I just saw him there kicking with it, and you could tell he had a little pep in his step and stuff, which is really neat. You know, first thing is like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then Sierra actually, the jersey was swapped, so it was on the sideline. So he kind of didn't even want to put it on at first, you know, just because he understood and stuff. And I was like, hey man, you put that damn black jersey on, you understand what it means. So he had a big smile on his face, and he's continuing to do well.
Speaking of Sierra, I mean, when Tommy's back and good to go, how are you guys going to kind of handle dividing up those reps between the three cornerbacks?
Yeah, a lot of flexibility, right? Gives you a lot of flexibility to move guys around. I mean, you got Keese in there and his safety time. You know, Malcolm at his corner time. I mean, when all those guys are healthy, Bly is working himself back and getting healthy and getting him in shape and getting his wits about him. So, again, the more we can be flexible, the more we can take snaps off of guys, the more we can move guys around. I think, you know, you just have a better overall product back there. You know, guys are fresher, guys are faster, they're keeping each other sharp. So we'll see how that plays out this Saturday. Saturday.
You probably want to knock on the podium, but your pass defense looks pretty good right now, right? With all the guys kind of getting healthy and Sierra playing as well as he is.
Yeah, I got no idea. Like I mean, I remember last year at one point in time, somebody asking me a question about, like we're good at the time, and then we go and give up 40 and 200 yards rushing or some crap. So, like this deal is we're going in to face an offense, and it's what can we do to make sure that we're at our best. Execution wise, mentally, physically, emotionally, we got to be at our best.
How maybe is the pass defense evolved, not only with Wright, but with Butler joining and Rule, and
Yeah.
Rule mentioned that you kind of got out of your comfort zone in the most recent game with personnel. How do you feel like your defense is evolving in your second year as quarterback?
That's what you're supposed to do, right? The coach always talks about the growth mindset, and we do what we have to do in order to put those guys in position to win games. So, number one, it starts up front, right? You got James playing well. You got Jamari playing well. Ty Nash. P. Will, MJ Sherman's playing well. You got a lot of guys in there playing well, and when you're able to bring 4 guys and get pressure on the quarterback, it allows you to do all that stuff in the back end. All those different coverages and all that kind of stuff. And I think the emphasis with Coach seeing something to improve on from last year, having that as the emphasis in spring ball and all the way throughout, and it showing up on the grass. That started back in spring, and then being able to cover guys. I mean, one, you got players back there who can do it. You got veteran guys who can do it, and then you got the pass rush to mix in with it. So it's a good combination. But again, it's week to week. We got to put the guys in position to make plays and see what happens.
On the rush defense, it's a pretty wild stat that you guys have not allowed a rushing touchdown over the first 6 games. What's the biggest contributing factor to that?
I have no idea. That's just the guys up front are playing their butts off. The guys in the back end are covering. Again, that's the first 6 games. That was a great accomplishment. But let's see if it holds true the rest of the season.
Were you able to watch the Oregon-Ohio State game?
Yeah.
What did you think of that? 12 on the field on defense in that scenario, and were you aware of that trick? I mean, is that something that you knew about?
No, I ain't seen that. You know what I mean? And then I actually, coaches, we got a coaching text thread there, and he texted it in there and said, "Hey, look at this." You know what I mean? Like that's next level thinking. In terms of just those little advantages. You know what I mean? And so it was in there and kind of studying and feeling it. It's like, wow, that's pretty high level thinking right there. So, if we get the chance, who knows? We'll see what's up.
Change it
I know. You better do it this year, right? So.
Coach Rule, before the season, in talking about Prince Will and Cam and coming off of true freshman seasons that were strong, he talked about being wary to make sure those guys, continue to up their play. What have you seen from collectively from those two and how they've improved or what you're looking for from them as second-year players?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's that old sophomore slump deal, right? The thing that's great about that room is that you played so many guys young, and then the competition level hasn't dropped off. It's actually increased. You know what I mean? Like everybody to a T has gotten that much better. They know the defense. They're bigger, faster, stronger. T-Night's on them about things. And so everybody in the room is getting a little bit better. Then you got the addition, Keona Davis playing like that. James building upon what he did. And so then, it goes back to the same thing with the DBs. You're either going to raise your level of competition and your ability and your performance, or you're gonna fade to the wayside. So it's been a good competition with those guys. MJ, playing so well has made P. Will play better. You know what I mean? So again, just competition all around is a good thing. Thank you guys.